crossroads of America. We're at the center of Indianapolis, Indiana, as we get a look here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Straight ahead, it's an AFC intra-conference contest between the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts. Punter Rigoberto Sanchez has it teed up and ready to go. And off we go from Lucas Oil Stadium. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Now we got the first carry of the game for the rookie out of Arkansas. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. It will lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. They go handoff to Washington. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. The ball is there to stop that forward progress.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Lamar out of the pistol. He's got his man. This is Walker. He's going to be forced out there. Play gains about 7. That is good for a Baltimore 1st down.
We call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection, set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
Pistol snap to Jackson. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them. Yep. The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Here's Lamar. Escapes the pocket. And he gets this very close to that first. It's going to be 3rd and short at the 35.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
That last catch looked good enough for the first, but they're going to need another inch or 2 here on 3rd down. Now it's Lamar. Has his man, it's cut by Andrews. And that's exactly what they needed to begin this game. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews with his first of hopefully many more to come this season. That is Tyler Luke now on for the extra point. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And he's going to start the year 1 for 1 as they take a 7-0 lead. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Tank Bigsby here with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the pistol formation here first as they come to the line. First carry here for Ashton Genty. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing him a loss. First play of the game. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Went the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12. Another give here to Genty. This one isn't looking much better, Brock. He's handed another loss. That's 2 in a row. They've got 3rd down now coming up. These last 2 snaps, they have forced this drive to what might be its last play here, Brock, and we can confidently say there's not going to be another run here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I think it's time to let the passing game get going and really trust your quarterback here, who's got to compensate for 2 negative plays.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Play fake, it's Richardson. He puts a man under it deep down the middle. He's got it deep downfield. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. And that one's got to feel good, Brock. Season off to an excellent start as these guys work to move past the disappointments from last year.
Yeah, I agree with you. They got a lot of goals in mind for what they hope will be a far improved season, and they showed up here ready to put them into practice right away.
Here comes a 2-point try partner, Richardson, bringing his offense to the line.
The Colts will line up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out.
7, Colts 6. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. Running right, here's Washington. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it could be super complex. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the blitz. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
They go inside, give to Washington. And the stop is made. 1st down coming up. It's a gain of 11. Well, he's got his early highlights, Brock, but you know he wants to add a few more to that reel before this game wraps up.
There's no question about that. And you want to get that century mark.
Yeah.
That's a number that running backs are proud of, and stacking runs like that will sure help.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And they finally stopped him to knock before he picked up 7 on that 1st down run. Now, you take these types of results as early wins in a game, Brock, both in getting their running back started and getting your guys to start winning that battle up front, too.
Moving a man against his will and doing it right from the jump, that often portends to good things offensively.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Another run for Henry. And that's not what the offense started about. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Now Jackson on 3rd down. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. He's going to be forced out after he picks up about 19 yards. And that's going to bring up a Ravens 1st down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. And off running left, Washington. And he's encouraged out of bounds after that 9-yard gain. So that's going to make it 2nd and 1. All those guys lined up wide, put to good use as blockers, Brock, helping hold off that defense just long enough for a nice solid gain.
I'll tell you a little secret here, Kate, but don't tell everybody. I'm going to tell you a secret. One of the first things that I watch on game tape is the effort of the guys outside. Whether that's on a just for the love of the game route where they're not getting the ball, or in this case blocking, really does show the character of your team.
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also pulls the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Turning to Henry on third. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. 7-6 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. Lamar back to throw. And the defender comes away with it. Trevor Wallace has it.
Hey, Kate, you know as a quarterback, every decision you make's got a consequence. Some good, some bad. But that one right there, throwing into double coverage, making that decision to force the issue into double coverage in the end zone, that's a consequence that pays dearly.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10. Play action. It's Richardson. Gets this one to Waller. This is going to be good for a new set of downs. In the end, about 16 yards on that play.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they can be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
Hey, check that. Street.
Genty from the gun. And he gets him around 6 there. Malachi starts, read that nicely. He makes the stop. Okay, so they sent the blitz, but it almost seemed to backfire there, Brock. They ran through it for a pretty nice game.
Yeah, because there's a little boom or bust,
yeah.
right? Is an offense, as a QB, if you see that and run away from the blitz, it can be effective like it was there.
Working on 2nd down. Richardson. And that hit arrived just in the nick of time. It's enough to break up the catch and bring up 3rd down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Oh, enveloped by the defense. They get him at the 32. And it's Mike Green. And that forces 4th and 14.
The number of times we see quarterbacks with his running ability make plays, critical plays on 3rd down, it's got to be refreshing for that defense to finally see them on the right side of it.
This was not hit well. It's headed for that sideline. First and 10 from the 43. Jackson throwing here. Connects on the crosser. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up. In the red zone on 1st. Catch is made in close. And across the line he goes. Touchdown, Ravens.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
All right, so this solid first half continues from Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
That one right down the middle. And lead is up to 8. Luke to kick it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. First and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Richardson vacates quickly left side. Chucking it deep down the left sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Richardson now. Well, he throws it quick, but what a pass rush that was. Able to hit him on the release anyway and break that up. Third down now after that incompletion. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. And he's going down. They make the play at the 11. That is Mike Green. And that brings up fourth now and 21. Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. Gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up first and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Finds his fullback. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
10 yards.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. And you're going to be just fine.
Taken down, but not before he picks up 11 on the play. The Ravens first down. We've set it down for him from the 31. First down, and they go right back to it. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line.
He was brought down by Trevor Lawrence. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11.
Give it to Washington. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Josh Hines Allen, that time to haul him down. 3rd and 10 coming up, Brock. We've arrived at our 2-minute warning. More from Lucas Oil Stadium after this. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Play fake. Jackson. Right side and into the hands of Bateman. And they're going to take him down just short of that marker in that range. Maybe see them go for this 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Jackson's going to go on 4th. He finds it beyond the marker. He pays off. He gets him that first down, Brock. I love it when a team stays aggressive even though they've got the lead. Keeping their offense out there to try to add to it. Out of the gun, Henry. He surges ahead for 5. Make it second down.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
5 still to go here. This is second down. They kick the running back in motion. On second down, Lamar brings it in with space in the secondary. Oh, and it's a punishing hit to end that play, but hey, still a win for this offense. They've got first and goal now from the 2.
I just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, that really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
Again, right side, Washington. And he gets in, touchdown!
Washington Jr., the ball carrier. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Here's Luke for the point after.
For the extra point.
Send right down the middle and good. And they add another to their lead.
Ravens 21, Colts 6. Tyler Luke to kick off.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20.
At their own 35-yard line.
They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime.
Let's go, let's go.
To throw, Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, partner. I know you always do, but it felt like maybe that was one of their last gasps to get into field goal range before we hit halftime.
Yeah, you kind of look at both sides. Defense is doing all they can to prevent that thing from being thrown over their head, and can the offense find some way to puncture that defense to get into that field goal range?
Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A great play defensively. They forced a loss despite the penalty, and they just went ahead and declined it. Let's see what they went with. Third down. Throwing now, Richardson. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
60 boxes.
Going for it on fourth, Richardson. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens are stopped on that return, so that interception's going to be the final play of this opening half.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10. At their own 24-yard
Indianapolis
line.
bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Let's go. Cougar 19. Ready.
We'll start the half with Genty. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Well, that run may not have moved the chains, Kate, but it's such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
This is Genty on second. He's with what looks to be about 3 yards. That's enough. First second down's coming their way.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Going to the ground again on first. That's a nice lane there. That's good for 6 yards.
Even though we don't have mics in that huddle, I can imagine what's being said down there, Kate. It is keep feeding him. When you get positive yards and you start to run the ball and wear out your opponent, don't go away from it.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Back to Genty. That is exactly why you rally to the the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number one is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
3rd and long for him here. And good luck hanging on through that contact. The hit knocked it free, and that forces 4th down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Washington running between the tackles. He picks up 5 on that 1st down run. Brings up 2nd down.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Now Washington. And that 2nd down run is only going to manage a yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They go handoff to Washington. That's a 1st and even more past the 40. And he gets it forward to the 46-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st.
And the Ravens first down.
Play action now with Jackson. Flushed out of the pocket. To the outside, complete. It's Andrews.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover it.
And this is incomplete. Had it for a second, but the hit broke up the catch, and now it's 3rd down.
I think I got the same thought bubble as all the fans in the stands with that one. You just got to tuck it. Don't try to force the issue. You're out there in the open space. Put your head down and go get the 1st.
And they give left side. Washington flies past the 1st, inside the 30. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. It's a pick of a 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal. Just continuing to grind down, Brock. That is exactly what you want to do with a lead like this in the 2nd half. You want long, sustained drives.
Because it really serves 2 purposes, right, Kate? Number 1, it helps you build, hopefully, some points on that board. But just as importantly, you're playing keep away, and that other side's not get to touch the rock.
Give them 3 yards, and they're just inches away on 3rd down. This is Washington. And this is going to end behind a line. Great stop down in close. Let's see if they want to risk it now on 4th and goal.
You felt that the second this play bounced toward the outside, this defense responded. They pounced. That was their chance to get to him before he could get the couple inches he needed for a 1st down.
They want the touchdown on 4th and goal. They're going for it from the 3. Play action. Here's Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. And a completion not in the cards on that 4th and goal. They passed on 3 points, and they'll wind up with none.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Diving for it, and he makes the catch. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be first down, Colts.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Richardson back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. They get to him. He's hit, brought down after a gain of about 10. And that's going to be good for a Colts first down. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Colts ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. They've got first down here from the 36. Counter give to Jensen, and he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Come on. Hey. Cougar 19.
Now Richardson to throw. He's in trouble, not going to get away. They drop him at the 29. Trey Hendrickson getting his first sack of the year here in Week 1.
That's now the 3rd time that he's been hauled down in this game, and that one was a biggie. Something's got to get figured out. Either the protection's got to be shored up, or the QB's got to get rid of the ball. You cannot take those kind of negative sacks.
Complete beyond the marker. Right there, the contact takes him to the sideline. It's going to be about a 22-yard gain. And that is a Colts first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Richardson fires quickly out wide. He takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he gets it away, but nowhere close to that target. Incomplete. Quick thinking just to get rid of it there, Brock, but no chance. It's 3rd down.
D'Angelo Bonds in coverage.
60. Get it. 70 Rangers. 19 Lions.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Short pass brought in. And that will be a first down. He had to have it, and he got it. This drive continues. Well, probably a little closer than they would have preferred it, Brock. But hey, a good call nonetheless, keeping the offense out there on 4th down.
You know what that was, Kate? That was awareness. Right? An understanding with both the play call, but more importantly, an awareness of the receiver to know exactly where he needed to get the job done.
And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
D'Angelo Bonds. He's brought down back at the 40-yard line.
Throwing from the pistol, Richardson taking a chance to the end zone. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
One score is just, well, it's not going to be enough. I think we can look at the scoreboard and know that. So the pace is going to pick up, and I think you're going to see more and more of those shots deep down the field, Kate.
He's going for it again. He's got it. What a throw. Touchdown, Colts. Eli Stowers with his first NFL touchdown. All right, so the offense offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And it's up and good, and they've moved back within a possession here in this fourth quarter.
Ravens 21, Colts 13. Rigoberto Sanchez, the kickoff for Indianapolis.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up first and 10. Jackson looking to throw. Flush down out to his left. He can run it. And he's going to be a yard shy of the first as they force him out after the gain of 9.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, it denies the first down.
This is Cox. That's Walker. They found something that worked there. Nearly 30 yards on that play. And almost always that's going to be good for a first.
First down, Baltimore.
Running back sent in motion. Here's Lamar. On the move, headed right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. Only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Zone read, they'll hand off to Henry. And he takes this down close, up to the 3. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. Second and goal coming up.
Brings up second and goal.
Jackson throwing here. And they're going to get there in time. Down he goes. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Ravens up by 8. Big moment for them here to begin this new season. Here's third and goal. Pistol snap to Jackson. And he's not going to escape this one. They take him down late in this ballgame. There's Buckner again. After a loss of 8, that means it is fourth and goal. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. Back to throw. He falls to the pass rush on fourth and goal, and the defense coming through, forcing a turnover on downs.
I'm going to guess a little deal was cut there by these pass rushers in the huddle. You guys in the secondary, just buy us a little time. We don't need perfect coverage. Just tighten things up so we can get home, and boy, did they ever in a big moment.
And what a play downfield to break up that throw. It's going to be second down. Well, this just hasn't been the game they've wanted score-wise, Brock, and it has them as a result of that feeling like they've got to keep putting it up and taking chances here till the end.
And I'd say, Kate, right there, that was the kind of chance. When you get a one-on-one, you've got to find a way to win it, but this defense been doing their job.
Throwing on second, Richardson. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down.
That's a good old-fashioned good news, bad news. Good news defensively, yeah, you knocked the ball down. The bad news is you had a chance to pick it.
Here he is to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing fourth down coming up.
Now here we go. Now we're getting to one of these situations that you've been practicing and talking about all week, Kate. Defensively, you are verbalizing no hero plays, no interceptions. That ball comes to you. Just find a way to knock it to the ground.
Desperation time here on fourth. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
They're going to pass it here. Broken out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Still 10 to go on second from the 33-yard line. Oh, Bronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Complete, Derrick Henry. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry with his first of hopefully many more to come this season. Here's Luke for the point after. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And lead grows by one.
Colts 13.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Returnable from the one. He loses it on the hit. And they steal it back on the return. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Colts 13. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Richardson. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
I can imagine the more vocal guys on that defense, especially linebacker, safety, reminding the guys, hey, listen, nothing behind us, and when we get a chance to knock it down, one-on-one, we got to win these contested plays as they just did.
Shotgun give here to Genty. He's going to be taken down. Play goes for about 10 yards. And it's going to be first down to Indianapolis.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Looking over the middle, he's got Cooper. Stops there, but that gets them the first. A big gain before the defense got to him. Looks like about 22 yards.
A gain of 22 more yards. That's another Colts first.
So the Ravens will fly home with the win.
At the 47.
And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Indy.